I mean, I've never even seen the shit, so
It's great. It's a great series.
apparently it wasn't good enough to keep Henry Cavill on.
No,
So
he left because
They weren't
they
true
weren't
to it.
staying true to the source material, and every time he would bring it up, they got mad and they told him it doesn't matter, and he's like, "Yes, it does matter."
exactly. So like I said, apparently it wasn't great enough to keep Henry Cavill on. I don't understand what I said was wrong. If it was great, he would have stayed on because they would have done what they should have done. Am I
That's
missing
what I don't
something?
understand. The show was fantastic. There was no reason not to stay true to whatever was going on. But anyway, all right,
Right?
you
No, I get that. I'm saying, but they didn't, so he
right.
left.
I got you.
So they fucked up. I think the thing went live. We
It
should be
did.
good. Yeah, sure.
Been live for a minute.
55 seconds according to this. But welcome to Collector's Hideout, the podcast where we get together, talk shit about things, and just go from there. We try and get away from the real world and enjoy the presence of our friends and dumbass conversation. With that being said, we're joined tonight by the usual suspects. We got Psycho here. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm I'm all right. How about you, Tony? You're here too. What's going on?
Doing well, feeling beautiful, looking beautiful. Can't help that.
I mean, we could try. Oh, we got what is it? D Whitney in the house. What's going
It's
on? How you?
Danny. What's up, Danny?
Gustavo's here. Gustavo, don't you worry about that. If you paid attention enough, tomorrow's fucking Thanksgiving, so we're doing it a day early because we'll probably all be in food comas for tomorrow night.
Well, they'll be in
Sounds
taco comas, but yeah.
wow.
What?
I mean, that's still food, but okay. so,
Turkey
so,
tacos? I don't know.
so we do. I'm trying to get these the links and stuff sent out, but we do different types of episodes for Collectors Hideout throughout the month, and tonight I want to kind of revisit one of the fun episodes that we did about a month and a half ago, where Tony, Joe, and myself discussed our top horror movies. So I wanted to do something similar to that, but kind of switch it to the comedies because Psycho obviously is not a horror fan, but I do know he likes to laugh, and I do know he does enjoy comedies. So I feel like it could be a good conversation for us to all get into and go from there. Did you guys actually like have to think about this, or was it just a I already know those answers?
Um,
Uh,
you go first.
yeah, I mean, for me, I had three immediately, and then I thought about it to make sure that I was okay with those three, and then that they fit the rules that you gave me beforehand. Um, and once I was sure that they fit, then I was good to go.
Okay, fair. There was there was no fucking like law of if you do it like this, you're wrong. It was just kind of trying to tone it down a little bit so it wasn't such a wide variety to choose from.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. But you
Um,
said no action comedy, no horror comedy, like just comedy. So that's kind of
well, well, things that were written as a comedy, right? That were directed to made to be comedies, not something that was a horror movie or a action movie that just has comedy elements just because the actors who are in it are just funny in general. You know what I mean? Like something that's an actual comedy, that's where I wanted to go. So let's do it. We're gonna do the three, we'll go around. We'll Tony's got headphones now all of a sudden.
Well, I
That
got too much
was
background noise here. Can you guys hear me good enough?
yep.
yeah. No, you sound good, man.
Okay. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I can't do it.
What was it the kids watching stuff and playing?
Yeah, G's over there watching Stranger Things, and she's just driving me up the freaking wall.
Fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's since you got the headphones on now, let's start off with you, Tony. Let's go with your number three.
Ooh. So I do want to before we get into this and I
Okay.
start becoming very unpopular. Uh,
Well,
I really hope nobody's top three involves Jim Carrey. I'm just throwing that out there.
no. God no.
Okay, good. I would like to think that we have put some thought into these movies for one reason or another. They don't have to be old. It can be something new. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't feel like Jim Carrey is one of those people that needs to be in anybody's top three unless they are running around with extra chromosomes. So,
I
So,
mean,
before you
is it
start,
because it's getting hot in these rhinos, or I don't understand.
before
Yeah,
you
I'm
start,
just-
Tony, did you put any rules on yourself for picking? Or are you too psycho? Any self-imposed rules?
no, I wouldn't say that. But I had to stop and ask myself, like when I was like, "Oh man, that was a really good one." Well, was it a really good one, or were there parts of it that were good? Like case in point for me, one of them, and it's holds no candle to really any other movies at all. I was for some reason I kept thinking about Zach and Miri make a porno, and the only reason I was thinking about that movie, trust me, was literally because of the scene with Justin Long and Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
I get them all mixed up.
What do you
And
get Seth Rogen mixed up with?
well, I think Seth Rogen, Seth Green, who's the guy from Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane. There's too many goddamn Seths out there. But
Okay. Who's Seth?
I'm thinking about the scene where they're at the reunion and they're standing at the bar and he's like talking to him and he's like, "Are you in gay porn?" He's like, "Guilty as charged." Like that whole scene there, that whole back and forth banter is, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, it's not scripted and it's priceless. So if you don't know the scene I'm talking about, go back and watch the movie and forward it to where he first meets him in the reunion and they're drinking or whatever. And holy crap.
There's like a lot of movies that have like the movies are okay, but they have like a couple of those scenes, right, that really stand out. And one of them would be it was the one where I think where Will Ferrell and a few other actors like go back to college. I can't think of the fucking name of it.
Old school.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, but then there's like this scene in there where Sean William Scott plays like a fucking animal tamer, and he gets in fucking Will Ferrell shoots himself in the neck with the fucking dart.
The fucking dart, man.
Fucking hilarious. That whole scene's amazing, but the movie's like it's all right. So you impose any self rules on yourself?
No, I don't think so. I just when I was thinking about it, I was writing things down, and then I kept remembering what you said, which is I want comedies, not like movies that aren't comedies but are funny. And so every time I'd think of a movie and I put it down on the list, I'd have to say, okay, well, is this movie funny? Or is there parts of this movie that are funny, but the movie wasn't meant to be funny? And so it's kind of like there are a lot of movies that would go on my list if I was doing like if we were doing action comedy, right? Like Rush Hour would be there, Beverly Hills Cop would be there. Those movies were supposed to be one thing, but then the actors are just funny. So it's kind of like you said no to that. Obviously, Ghostbusters would be up there for me, but you said no horror comedy. So it's kind of like trying to find a comedy, and sticking with it.
Okay. No, that's fair. For me, the only thing I imposed on myself is that I tried to go for things that wouldn't be like an obvious, right? So an example would be like, even though it does go against the idea, because I feel it's more of a horror comedy, would have been like Ghostbusters. Like even if I was allowed, if I was cool, I wouldn't pick that because that's like an obvious for me. So I'm trying to stay away from those. You know what I mean? The other ones that I feel are top that aren't the gimmies in my eyes for myself. All right, cool. So then let's do this, Tony. Go ahead. What you got? Number 3.
Oh, wait. Before Tony goes, you also said that we should make a list of honorable mentions. Do you want to do that later, or do you want to do that?
Ideally, we would each do 3 and 2, and then before you do 1, to do your honorable mentions.
Okay.
So, all right. So
Okay.
well, I'm trying not to confuse myself with my other two. So, all right. So number 3, I actually rewatched the other day, and this is actually 100% Rebel Girl's fault. So probably about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, we watched the newest Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, my wife and I
And
watched that recently too.
and I will say I was not disappointed. She damn near soiled the bed with laughter, which I'm like, all right, it's funny, but calm the hell down. But it was good, and I like that kind of humor. I like stupid humor, and so we that got me back on the kick of some of the older movies I completely forgot about. And so there is a toss up for my number 3, so I guess one of them could be the honorable mention. But for number 3, there was a tie for Spy Hard and Repossessed. Do you remember either of those movies?
Spy Hard, yes. Repossessed, no.
Was
Okay.
there also like a Spy Hard with a Vengeance?
Yeah, there's a series of them. Now, the only reason that Repossess holds with it, in my opinion, is because Linda Blair's in it. And essentially, it is a comedy of The Exorcist. So no?
I don't remember
Nobody
that.
so far? You don't really? Okay.
No, I don't remember that.
It's worth the $3 rental, gentlemen. So
I'm
I
sure
will-
the library's got it.
I will happily send you $3 a piece to watch this. But Linda Blair's in it, and she gets possessed, and she does an awesome job of playing the character of Reagan again. But it's comedic, and it's so stupid. Like there's a part where she goes to the doctor because she's like, I don't know what's wrong with me, and she's talking to the doctor, and she's like, Doctor, what do you think it is? And he goes, well, it's hard to say. He goes, judging by what you're telling me, it could be the flu. You know, I did get a couple cases in last week. And you see a guy just walking by in the background with 2 cardboard boxes that say the flu.
Oh shit!
And it's shit like that.
So
where I'm
it's
just like,
horrible dad jokes.
oh
Yeah,
my God, it's so bad. It's good. And it's the same thing with Spy Hard. So there's a lot of scenes, but there's a scene in Spy Hard where not Frank Drebin, whatever they call him in it, whatever his name is in it, I forget. And he calls the chief and he goes, Chief, I'll just say it's Frank Drebin. He goes, Chief, it's Frank. He goes, are you there? And he goes, yeah, well, what do you need? What can I do for you? He goes, I need some information. And the chief goes, hold on, let me get under cover. And he takes a blanket and goes,
yeah. So it's very much the same comedy as like the Naked Gun movies, like the real.
It's stupid humor. And I guess the reason I like it, like it's a reason I'm a big Abbott and Costello fan and that kind of stuff is not that I care. Listen, sometimes, vulgarity and whatever can make things funny, but when movies have to rely on that movie's not funny anymore. That's just like, you have to curse because you got nothing else. You have no talent. You can't make it funny just to make it funny. And older movies like that didn't have to go to extremes of not, again, I don't have problems with any of this, but everybody didn't have to be naked. Everybody didn't have to be cursing all the time. There didn't have to be drugs. There didn't have to be all that crap.
You just sound a lot like Will Smith because he didn't have to cuss in his rap to sell records.
I hate Will Smith, but but I mean that's kind of my point though, right? Like that older comedy could just be funny. It was circumstantial and it was situational and it was funny. So that's my number 3s. My number 2 is The Burbs.
Well, no, Chris wants you to wait. We're all going to do 3. Then we're going to do 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the character's name was Dick Steele, by the way.
There you go.
No, I'm sitting here trying to picture. I'm trying to picture Spy Hard. Like Spy Hard, I know Spy Hard with a Vengeance, but I can't picture them. And everything that's popping in my mind is like Get Smart with Steve Carell for some reason.
It was more like what do you want to call that? Like a 007 type is the way they did it.
Yeah. I get that, but for whatever reason, my mind's picturing Steve Carell and Get Smart. Like that's what I'm getting. Fucking.
Andy Griffith is the super villain. That's the best part. Yeah.
All right.
Well, please continue.
Go ahead, Psycho.
So, I struggled with narrowing down 3 because I have a list. How many are on my list here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wrote down 8 movies.
Jesus.
8
Fair.
comedies that I thought were really, really good, that I enjoy a lot. Um, and so this last one, or number 3 rather, is going to be pretty interchangeable with the other ones that I'll name on my um, runner
Honorable
up
mentions.
or whatever we call it, honorable mention. But this one I remember watching as a kid and I loved it. And to this day, if it's ever on, I will sit down and watch it. I don't own it, unfortunately, because I haven't, found it, and it's not something you can purchase on streaming. But it's a comedy movie from the '90s called Dutch, and it's Al Bundy, so it's Ed O'Neill,
Right.
as a guy who is engaged to this woman, and she used to be married to Chris McDonald, who plays Shooter McGavin, right, in Happy Gilmore. And she's got a son at boarding school, and he won't come home for Thanksgiving. And so her new fiance, Ed O'Neill, is like, I'll go get him. There's nothing like a road trip for two guys to bond. And so he goes to pick up this kid who's a little shit. And it's just all these hilarious things happen throughout the movie, and I absolutely love it. I can tell from your faces that neither of you have seen it. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but the movie is fantastic.
Never heard of it.
Like all I'm picturing is Al Bundy, like taking a joyride with the kid from Problem Child. That's all I'm picturing.
No, I mean it's significantly better, I guess, than it sounds. But I mean, there's all sorts of. There's a huge car accident. There's guns. There's all this other stuff that happened. Like there's all these in jokes, and it's got heart to it too. But the movie is just funny, right? Like at the very beginning of the movie, he threatens one of the guys, Ed O'Neill's character, whose name is Dutch, threatens one of the other characters that he's going to do something, and you really kind of wonder if it's ever going to happen. And then at the end of the movie, it's definitely paid off, and it's as great as you think it's going to be when they bring it up.
Yeah, no, I'll have to check. I like Ed O'Neill. I'll have to check that one out because it's like the name sounds familiar, but at the same time, I could just be thinking about Predator.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I just don't know where you can find it, which is frustrating for me because I've been looking. I know you can't purchase it anywhere, streaming wise, and I haven't been able to. I haven't looked for a while.
well, I
But
imagine Joe will, if he ever joins in, he'll be able to send us a link to it like he did for Mario Brothers. But no, I'll have to check that. Like I said, I love Ed O'Neill, so I don't see why I wouldn't enjoy that.
God, he's aged terribly. Sorry.
Who, Ed O'Neill?
No, Ethan Amberly, whatever his name is.
Embry, yeah.
Yeah, he has aged terribly.
Shit. So,
Golly.
all right.
Oh
It was
shit!
hard
I
for
didn't even know. I didn't even know this. It came out on my birthday in 1991. That's crazy.
Wow.
So, try it. Like, one of the things I put against myself, I forgot to mention earlier, like one of the rules I made for myself is I tried not to do like a movie that had like a TV show counterpart. So an example would be like if somebody's like, "Oh, the South Park movie." Like, yeah, but it's South Park. I made sure not to select something like that, right? So I was really trying to get the list down. And I know what my number one is. My number one was like an instant. As soon as I thought about it, like, yeah, that's my number one. But the 2 and 3, and then a couple of the honorable mentions can all be switched around. So I'm just gonna go with it. And number 3 for me would be Spaceballs.
Okay.
Huh. Okay.
Because Spaceballs is fucking hilarious. Like I can't stand Star Wars. But I love me some Spaceballs. And I don't know. I think it's because there's just so many small parts of that movie that are just like memorable and quotable that to this day it's like it's always on the top of my mind. Like we ain't find shit. Like it's just there's always something throughout the day that I quote from Spaceballs. I know Rebel Girl loves Spaceballs, and she would be agreeing with me, but she's being quiet in the chat right now. But I mean, what about you, Tony? Are you a Spaceballs fan, or are you like hating on it because Rebel Girl loves it?
No, 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 no. It's love by association. I get. No, it's a good movie. I think it's funny. I don't think it's as funny as she thinks it is. I do think it's got its quirks, but I can think of other movies I thought were funnier.
Well,
But Mel Brooks is Mel Brooks. I think Mel Brooks is funny. I think a lot of his stuff is great. But
like
I mean,
I think part of the reason growing up, I think part of the reason I liked it so much was because I was so against Star Wars. Because like I've never enjoyed Star Wars, right? It just I've had my
right.
reasons, whatever, and it's just I think because of that I like Spaceballs because it seemed like it was like the anti Star Wars, like it was the cool like oh you don't like Star Wars but Spaceballs, fuck Star Wars, Spaceballs is that, and I love that shit. The fucking yogurt, like oh the Schwartz with the fucking like it's their like no just it's fucking dirty comedy. It's fucking great. I love that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. As a kid, I would watch it, but I was never super into it. And Jen loves Spaceballs, but I don't know. I've never felt the need to go back and watch it. And hopefully, when the new one comes out, I'll go back and watch the old one, and I'll think to myself, okay, this movie is way better than I remember it or give it credit for, and it's going to be, it's going to be added to my repertoire, I guess. But currently, I didn't think it was terrible, but it's not anything that I was like, man, this is amazing.
Nah. It's one of those. It's not. You're gonna watch it again, and you're gonna be like, all right, this is ridiculous, and that's good. That's gonna be it because it is. It's ridiculous. It's but because you have I guess the charm of it is that it's obviously 100% a spoof, and they just you can see that they just had fun doing that. They weren't trying to make a fucking great blockbuster. They just you can see they were having fun with what they had, and
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just one of those movies. Don't dislike it, but it's definitely it will never be in my top three. You know.
No problem.
If it were on, I would watch it, but if I watched it, it probably would mostly be for John Candy.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Like I love John Candy.
He's fucking
I'm a
hilarious.
huge John Candy fan.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck is amazing.
So all right, let's pop into number twos. We already know what Tony said his was.
Sorry. Okay. So why The Burbs though? So first of all, it's a great movie. You can watch it from start to finish. There's a lot of great actors who just aren't I don't want to say well known, but their careers have been one or two movies and things hadn't really progressed yet. And I like how young Tom Hanks is in it. Now I like Tom Hanks when he's in The Money Pit. I think that's great also. I like him in Big. I like 80s Tom Hanks. He had a lot of power and a lot of comedic presence, but I like The Burbs because of how much that movie it was so stupid, the stuff that he and the neighbors are trying to do to figure out what the hell is going on in this particular house. Excuse me. And then you've got Corey Feldman across the street who is just adding the fuel to the fire for everything. He's like the eyes of the crowd, right? He's the one that's watching everything unfold, with his girlfriend and his friends come over and just the lines and the stupidity and then that neighborhood that they film it in, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the Universal TV lots that has been used in I don't know how many freaking movies. And when you look at it now, like if you go back and watch the movie, I swear to you, I think it's the same one they used for Halloween. I think it's the same one they used, no joke, for House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't know if you guys remember the scene where the daughter calls her dad and he's sitting in his, sitting in the kitchen table eating a sandwich or whatever, but they show the cul-de-sac where the kids are trick-or-treating. I swear to you, it's the same damn cul-de-sac. And it could be, because all they do is clean up and read. Yeah, they just clean them up and reuse them. So even though it's 40 years later, I could see them still using that scene. But it's just kind of cool when you know, that's different. That's more historic. But the movie itself is just, oh shit, man, it's great.
So I remember the first time it was late night and I was flipping the channels young and I came upon the Burbs. And I was so confused as a child as to what the hell that was. Because I remember seeing it, I was like, oh, it's Tom Hanks. So cool. But then I had no idea what the hell was going on. I remember it confusing the shit out of me. So I watched it, as I got older, I watched it again. And okay. And I really did enjoy that movie.
So there are so many ridiculously good scenes, but I'll give you one that always sticks out in my head. So the wife finally is like, I've had it. We're going to go over there and introduce ourselves. So it's the two wives and the two husbands, and they go up the front steps, and Tom Hanks, like, immediately his foot goes through the floor of the porch, and so he gets out of it, and then they press the doorbell, and there's like bees, like bees flying around and shit. And then finally they get invited. They go inside the house, and they're sitting down, and they're they're trying to get to know everybody, and Fritz, the son, he's like, go get our guests some refreshments, and he comes back with sardines and crackers, and nobody wants any, and Tom Hanks is sitting there, and the wife's like, and I'm pretty sure it's a real reaction. I don't think it's anything fake. I don't think Tom Hanks eats sardines. He grabs this fucking gross, like slimy ass looking sardine out of the can, and he puts it on the cracker.
Yeah, the look of disgust on his face is 100%
When he puts it in
real.
his mouth, and he's like, just like chewing it for all he's worth. And all I can think of is, that man doesn't like sardines, and this is real right now. You could see it in his face, man.
They're probably like, all right, you're gonna eat these sardines, but you have to pretend not to like. He's like, nope, don't have to pretend.
Don't
that
have to
shit.
pretend. I'm about to vomit on screen.
This is gonna be amazing.
But yeah, I love the movie, and it's got an A+ lineup of B-rated characters. Really is the best way to say it. But Psycho.
So, question before I give my second, because I guess I should have asked this before we got started, but I wasn't thinking about it.
It doesn't matter. There's no rules.
Is The Princess Bride going to be considered a comedy?
I would think so.
I would say it's dramatic comedy, and that sounds weird. I know I'm saying it kind of weird, like I'm molding the two, but they're not. It's not a straight comedy.
Yeah, but I feel like it was written as a comedy, then they put the adventure feel behind it, right? Because like I was telling Psycho, my idea is when I'm thinking comedies, the situations that are in the movie are usually over the top comedic situations they get into that nobody in the real world is gonna like. That's only in a comedy would that be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
right.
because I mean, if we're going to consider it a comedy, then that's my number two, and if we're not, then I can choose the other thing on my list that was my backup number two in case. But
I'm good with either. So let's flip a coin. What was your backup?
So my backup was Trading Places.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that fucking movie.
My backup was Trading Places because that was
how is that the backup to A Princess Bride?
Because The Princess Bride is hilarious. I mean, Andre the Giant in that movie, Billy Crystal, like everybody that's in that movie just steals the scenes that they're in, and it's fantastic.
Sorry, we're not sponsored yet. But
so,
dude, I would have went with that. I would have went with Trading Places. Damn, you got me, dude. You got me. I forgot about that movie. We should have taken more time for this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I love Trading Places. Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy together are just fantastic. The Butler Coleman, right? Jamie Lee Curtis was fantastic in that movie.
Yeah, she was.
She really got to, kind of expand on her traditional roles as a scream queen. And she showed some comedic chops. Like she was able to actually play these different roles, which I thought was really cool. And growing up watching the movie was fantastic. But I mean, for me, The Princess Bride, though. I mean, Andre the Giant was so great in that movie. Carrie Ools, just I don't know what it is, but even from like the opening moments where you have Fred Savage and the guy who played Columbo, right? I forget his name, but he played Columbo. Like, it's so well done. The story within a story thing was fantastic, and all the characters are like perfectly cast, and everything is funny. My favorite moment in that whole movie is Andre the Giant and Inigo on the boat, and Inigo's trying to get Andre to speak better, and so Andre just starts rhyming, and it's just so amazing.
It's, no, man,
No
they're
more
both good
rhymes now.
choices.
I mean it.
The only problem I had, and it's because as a child, you see things, and it, maybe at least for me, when I was a kid. So the first time I saw Trading Places was as I was maybe later on in elementary school, maybe early middle school. But Dan Aykroyd for me was Ray Stantz, right? Because since I was 3 years old, I'd been like watching Ghost. Like he was Ray Stantz. I remember the first time seeing Trading Places, I didn't like it because I'm like this, like my mind could not get past the fact that he's not Ray Stantz, right? But as I,
That's the downfall of a lot of careers. Sorry.
Yeah.
very much they get typecast and shit. But
Yep.
you know,
Keep going though. Sorry.
but because a young kid can't get past it, they'll survive. I think he'll do okay with his life. Uh, but as I got older, and then like through high school, when I revisited, we watched it in class one day. Fucking, they put it on the TV, and yeah, Trading Place was amazing. Oh,
You watched Trading Places in school?
Yeah.
Holy
Absolutely.
shit! Because I remember the
Absolutely.
scene where he's like, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, takes her top off,
Yep.
and
so-
she's like, "That's not the only thing that costs money around here."
So
I was like,
that
"Damn,
scene
Jamie."
came on, and when it came on, our teacher, can't remember. I think it was Jesus, our Spanish teacher. He was a trouble teacher, anyways. But he like walked up like right at that scene and held his jacket up and covered the screen of the TV.
He's like,
What
"Don't
happened?
look, there are the
Yeah.
boobies."
But yeah, no.
I'm sure he doesn't talk like
It's
that.
weird. It's like I've seen a lot of these comedies as a kid, and a lot that happens a lot. That I get stuck with like what the actors are known for before when I first saw them. So I have to appreciate the movies later on when my kid brain developed. I could look past who they used to be.
You know, that was something that I mean, it's interesting that you bring that up. Because I didn't have that trouble with movies growing up. Like I always watched Ghostbusters, but my dad was a huge John Candy and Dan Aykroyd fan, so we always would watch Trading Places, The Great Outdoors. So growing up, I saw Dan Aykroyd in many different things, and I never had that issue. But Evangeline has that issue. I was watching. My dad's up here visiting for the holidays, and we were watching the John Candy documentary that Amazon just put on, which is great, by the way. And Bill Murray's in it, and Dan Aykroyd is in it, and Evangeline's like, I know that guy. That's Dr. Venkman, and that's Ray Stantz. And she's like, but why aren't they in Ghostbuster stuff? And I'm like, Evangeline, they're just actors. Like they play a part.
It's still real to her, goddammit.
Yeah, apparently.
God, I almost have to change my last one just because you said that just now.
So-
All these movies that like I've watched 1,000 times over, but they're very like I will make comments about them all the time. Yet they weren't good enough to get in my brain when I had to think of my top 3.
it's I could have given you a month to think about it, and that would still happen. Like,
Probably.
yeah. So, my number 2, and I'm picking it because first, it's fucking hilarious, but it's like a seasonal watch. Like I watch it at least twice a year during the holiday season, and that's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, it's just a good movie. Period.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, but it's so goddamn fucking funny. like, like the situations, like compared to even the other fucking National Lampoon Vacation movies, like they're funny, but Christmas Vacation I don't know if it's because of the holidays and how people have like strong feelings about the holidays, whether they hate them or love them, or the fact that it was focused on being home versus like the aspect of being on vacation and shit. It was more relatable. But holy crap, all like the fucking scene with the squirrel jumping out of the tree, attacking everybody, the fucking dog running through, chase the squirrel, destroy the fucking dinner, or like
Oh,
when the great aunt or whoever the fuck comes over and she hands him the gifts and like it's meowing like, oh, she
wow.
wrapped the cat, like
It's like
he grabs the box, he's like like fucking trying to fight the cat. And then eventually the cat gets fried under a chair, like
So,
just every time you thought that movie was kind of like slowed down, because a lot of movies like they'll have funny parts, and then they'll have like that lull that just kind of dies. Like, all right, dies a little bit, then it comes to every time you think it's going to that low, it fucking take a turn and like something ridiculous would fucking happen. That you can only blame on Murphy's Law for his luck. 'Cause Jesus Christ.
so what is your favorite part of that movie? Like, what's your favorite scene?
Oh man, that fuck. When all right, as a kid, it would have been the whole the squirrel and the Christmas tree, that whole segment, right?
Okay.
But as I've grown up and my anger's taken control of me, there's two scenes, and I'm not gonna go with the obvious one, the verbal berating of his family. Like that's a classic rant.
Yeah.
But when he's trying to turn the fucking lights on and they're not working, I've been in that position and he kicks the fucking Santa Claus.
He punches him in the face first. That's so great. Yeah.
Like the way he loses his shit, I've been there and I fucking love it because it embodies emotions I've had so many times.
Oh man. What about you, Tony?
So there's the scene right before they go sledding. It's not the oil or anything like that, but it's the part where Eddie's like, I don't know, Clark, if I should go sailing down this hill with nothing between me and the good Lord but a piece of government plastic. And he goes, oh, you really think that matters, Eddie? He goes, well, yeah, I mean, over here, but over here, if something happens to this, my hair just ain't gonna look right. I'm like, God damn it. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is one of those like I don't know about you guys, but I feel like every family has like an Uncle Eddie that we're not proud of. But we relate to it like, all right, he might not be that much of like inbred redneck type, but close. And we're not really proud of that member.
My two favorite parts in that movie are both kind of like under the radar. I've never had anybody tell me that they like those parts, but for me, my two favorite parts are towards the beginning when he's in the office and everybody comes walking through and he's like,
Merry
good morning, Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, kiss his ass. Like, I don't know why I like that one so much. It's just that part gets me every time. Like they're just not listening to him.
It's relatable as shit.
But the way he did it, and I imagine you could probably ask, and there might be a special about it, but I haven't seen it. But I just assume, I feel like that was improv. Like the end of it, the kiss my ass, kiss it was completely. I feel like it's completely improv. I don't know if it's true, but I feel like it's true. Like
my other favorite part in that film is also just one of these kind of obscure moments where well, I don't remember the uncle's name, the old man. Yeah. And he disintegrates the tree, and Clark just stands there's like, my tree. He's so
his back's so
high-pitched and so crazy. That part gets me too.
But even like when he's fucking putting up the lights and he gets his arm caught on the fucking gutter,
he's going,
and then
he's like,
and then he falls and sends that fucking icicle flying through Elaine Bendis' room. It fucking destroys her stereo. Just much dumb shit.
I love how it's a whole, so like, just to keep adding fuel to the fire, which is positive for that movie. All the small details, right? when he's first going to do the lights, and you can all remember this because it's not like today. Today, everything's so user friendly. He
Mhm.
pulls out this ball of lights.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, Russ, you get started on those. Start pulling that apart. Or they're going to the mall to buy stuff. Nobody does that anymore. Like, that kind of stuff is not a thing. And then I love how the neighbors next door and my ex-sister-in-law used to freaking quote it all the time. It was so funny. She'd go, what happened to the stereo? I don't know,
Margot.
Well, why is the carpet all wet, Todd? And then they're going down the stairs and he shuts the lights off and he just falls all the way down the stairs.
They turn back on and it blinds them. And they start
Oh my
falling.
God.
Still.
And then I love when she's on the couch and she belted him and knocked him out. But then she's laying on the couch and he's outside. She goes, if you want to come in here, you're going to have to knock down the goddamn door. And the fucking police just like blaze in. And I'm like, God, this movie's great.
Yeah.
Or even when like it's not subtle because it was like it happened. You see it, but when he first gets the fucking Christmas tree that's too big for the house, and he opens it and it fucking blows out the windows.
Big tree, lots of sap.
And then like later on, he's like doing money. His hands are all stuck or like the paper.
No, he's in the bed reading the magazines.
That's
He's
right,
like,
yeah.
His wife's hair gets stuck in his hand. Yeah.
He grabs I think he grabs the lamp and the lamp.
Yep. Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
You got a lot of nerve, Griswold. I wasn't talking to you.
And even like when they're out getting the Christmas tree, when they go out to hunt it down and cut that bitch down. And he said like the daughter, like, are you crying? She's like, no, Clark, her eyes are frozen.
The
Like,
Krithwall family, Krithwall 3.
just such dumb little fucking things. That movie's so good.
Oh man. All right, so should we move on to honorable mentions?
Yeah, you can do honorable mentions.
Do we
You
do
got
we
it,
didn't go for the
Tony?
3?
No, we're supposed to do 1, 2, and then honorable mentions, and then 3.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll say I'll bring it up then, man. I didn't have this on my list, but honorable mentions got to be The Great Outdoors, man, because that movie.
Oh, Tony, you know what? You
Yeah.
can shut the fuck up. So, John,
Oh.
continue.
Oh, why is that your number one?
Of course it is.
It's such a great movie, man. I'll give that to you. I'll let you run with it. That's a great movie. Yeah, I'll give honorable mention. I'll go ahead and go back. I did the 3, but I'll say probably Repossessed was a good honorable mention. And then if you haven't seen them, if you have seen them, you don't even have to be a horror fan. But Nick Frost and I keep wanting to say Sean Penn. Nick Frost and
His buddy.
yeah, I'm sorry, I can't think of his
Nick.
name.
It's Nick, isn't it? Nick something?
It's
Nick
Simon
Frost.
Pegg. It's
Simon Pegg.
Pegg.
Yeah, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Any of their movies, I'm sorry, they take the same people, they cast them just a little bit Adam Sandler-ish. They cast the same people in every movie. But I have yet to watch one of their movies that I didn't think was hilarious. I think Paul was great, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. There's a new one coming out. I don't know what it is yet. Simon Pegg is even in his own films. He plays a recluse in one, which is hilarious. And even though it's not supposed to be. And then Nick Frost is in his own movies as well. But oh my God, World's End. They're great movies. They're just funny. They're entertaining. And I think they both are incredibly talented writers. And so I'd have to say runners up are going to be their kind of movies because I can't use The Great Outdoors apparently.
Yeah. All right, so I have quite a few runners up. I'm gonna get the one that'll get me canceled out of the way first.
Whoa.
Oh, Christ.
No, Revenge of the Nerds. I grew up. I love that movie. Now it's like it's blacklisted. You get canceled because of the shit that happens in it. But I love that movie,
rape
bro.
scene.
Yeah, well, not just that, but like the hazing and everything else that was going on, like the panty raid, all the other stuff that was going on.
Oh my
like,
God, that was hilarious.
But there's so many, like I grew up watching that movie because my dad really liked it. But there's so much else going on with that movie that I just funny. The Robster Craws, we talked about that last night, right? You was Ogre just constantly shouting nerds, right? Like just the crazy things that happen. In that
I think I
film.
used the meme of Homer shouting nerds towards Tony at least 2 to
Yes.
3 times a month.
Yeah.
Who was the little guy? Was that Wormser, or was Wormser the guy with the glasses? The older guy.
No, Wormser was the young kid. Was the young kid.
One of the I don't say like an amazing scene, but there's a scene where during the panty raid they had put all the cameras in everywhere, and they're all overnight. They're just like they stayed up all night to watch the dorm, and Lamar comes out and goes, "Wormser, have you been up all night? Aren't you tired of this?" He's like, "No," and he goes, "Hey, go back. Let's find Betty's room." And whoever the chick is that plays Betty, God bless her, dude. She's like sleeping on her stomach, but she's all sprawled out on. For some reason, everything is satin. But it's funny, man. They did a great job with that movie. I remember like looking back now, it was absolutely hilarious.
All right, so I got Revenge of the Nerds. I got Galaxy Quest.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
that was a great movie too.
Because I really enjoyed that movie, but I wasn't sure if it fit because it's kind of a sci-fi comedy, and so that's kind of why I put it in for honorable mention. Because Chris said don't do the double thing. So
Yeah, no, that one to me is obviously the way it's filmed, but it's like a scary movie. It's a spoof of sci-fi.
I agree.
It's a
I think
parody.
it's more comedic than it is a sci-fi.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got Great Outdoors on there, but Chris is going to talk about that. I got Uncle Buck,
Uncle
and
Buck.
I got Accepted.
Really, I didn't like that one.
I loved Accepted.
Is that the one with Justin Long?
Yeah.
I don't remember the story of that. What's up, Joe? About time you got here, fucker.
Yeah, no, they
college.
have
Yeah.
Accepted is that Justin Long's character doesn't get into college, so he makes his own. But right from the very beginning, man, Jonah Hill screaming like a little girl, like when the body falls out of the ceiling and he screams like a little girl. It's like, I'd really appreciate if you don't tell people I scream like that. But then it's also all the comments he was making as they're walking through. He's like, great guys, I hope we have hobo stab insurance. And then when Justin Long goes to visit him later, he's dressed in the hot dog and he's standing in the lawn. He's like, ask me about my wiener. Right?
That's
like
Jonah Hill, but yeah.
There's so many funny parts. And Lewis Black is just fantastic in that movie. I love Lewis Black, the comedian. So those are my honorable mentions.
South Harmon Institute of Technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a
the
shithead.
Shit sandwiches.
Oh man.
Arch.
All right. Oh, is it time for my honorable mention?
Your honorable mention, yep.
So one of my honorable mentions is Porky's.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus, man. I haven't seen that movie. I can't even tell you. I the only part I can think of, and that's only because it's from Family Guy, I guess somebody grabs his kid's junk through a hole.
Yeah, I mean that definitely does happen in Porky's.
I haven't seen the movie
like
in a very, very, very long time.
It's the girl's gym teacher who does it because like the boys have the hole in the wall and they put their dicks through it and just dance in front of the girls, and the gym teacher walks up and grabs that shit like a fucking beast. It rips him through the wall. But Porky's, I remember growing up, my dad showed me Porky's and it was amazing. Then to find out like it's West Palm Beach or some shit. It's like northern part of South Florida is like where it's all kind of taking place and shit. But Porky's, I loved it. And then to continue on in that same type of realm was Animal House. Fucking loved Animal House.
Another one of those movies I haven't seen in a million years.
Man, you need to revisit, man. I haven't seen Animal House in probably a good 15 years. I don't know if I watch it now if it'll be different, but Animal House, bro, fucking.
But those were those movies where the covers were all drawn, right? They were all hand drawn. Animal House and Porky's. Yeah. Was it the same director?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Like Meatballs? Remember Meatballs?
Yes.
It's that old summer camp movie? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same director. I mean, there's very much a similar style of movie, so I can see where it might be. And then That was the two. 'Cause I was trying to cap myself at two runner ups. So that's where I capped myself off because I was also trying to stay away from new shit. I was trying to stick with a lot of the older stuff because that's what I grew up on and fucking loved.
Well, before
So,
you spend too much time on the next one, because I think we all want to talk about that. So yeah, so Rebel Girl said Robin Hood Men in Tights, great movie. I love it.
Great.
I'll watch it every time it comes on. It's got a little bit of that for me, that Leslie Nielsen, spoofy kind of comedy feel. So I dig it. And then we did mention Old School already. It's kind of like another accepted style movie. But
yeah, Joe
Alright,
says,
so-
"Oh, I've been here from the beginning," but apparently he missed when we discussed Old School for like 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah. So Tony, you want to do your number one?
What's your
yeah,
number
so I'm
one?
gonna go with Airplane. I love
Solid
Airplane.
pick.
I absolutely, every time I watch that movie, I find something new, as weird as it sounds, and I've watched it a billion times. One of my favorite parts, though, and there's a lot of really good parts. I mean, listen, there's the part where the lady's like trying to talk to her, and she goes, "Excuse me, stewardess, I speak jive," and then she like gets in there and starts talking to the guys because he doesn't feel good. And then there's the part where Leslie Nielsen he keeps opening the door, and he's just like, "Just so you know, we're all counting on you." And that's it. He just keeps stupid shit like that. And then there's the one-liners where the guy's like, "Timmy, you ever been to a Turkish prison?" There's just a lot of really good one-liners. But the best thing for me is in the beginning where they're starting the movie and it's the credits, and there's people pulling up in the front of the airport, and they're like, "The white lane is for loading and unloading only," and they're like, "There's no parking in the blue lane." And then they'll go, "The blue lane is for loading and unloading only. There is no parking in the white lane." "No, Diane, you're mistaken. There is no loading." And they start going back and forth. And it's like, I just love stupid shit like that you have to be paying attention to pick up on.
And-
So, movie's hilarious.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Versus like, she goes, "We have to get to a hospital." "Well, a hospital, doctor, what is it?" "It's a big building with lots of people." "That's not important right now."
So correct me if I'm wrong, because I mean, again, that's no one I haven't seen in a long time.
You
But
know
if
Psycho will, but go ahead.
he'll try, but that movie, like obviously there's an overall story to it, but for the most part, it's put together like a bunch of small skits, right? Like all the situations are like small situations that really have nothing to do with anything, and then you have the overall story that kind of ties it all together. But like, I think that's one of the reasons why it works in that, because if they try to do like the story, when you have those little small ones, they hit quick and they're out. You know what I mean?
Dude,
You don't have to.
there's scenes where no reason whatsoever. The stewardess goes to the nun and goes, "Would you like some reading material?" "Oh yes, thank you." So she's reading a boy's life, and then the boy's reading a nun's life. It was a nun, and then the one lady goes, "Would you like a pamphlet?" "Yes, I would." Or no. "Wait, do you have any light reading material?" And she brings her like this little piece of paper. "Can I get you a ticket for the plane?" "Yes, smoking or not?" "Smoking, please." Hands it to him and it's on fire. Like,
That is, it's that literal comedy, like everything. Yeah,
that's why I like it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Literal comedy. All right, go ahead.
You got Psycho.
All right, so mine is probably going to be surprising. I don't know that anybody else would have this on their list. Well, I mean, nobody brought it up yet, but I think my favorite comedy is an old movie called City Slickers.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Like, I love that goddamn movie. It's one of my comfort movies. When my anxiety is really bad, I will put that movie on and just sit there. Exactly. I love that movie.
Oh my god! I totally forgot about that, man.
He's behind me, isn't he?
What do you? She said goodnight. Yeah, you were goodnight. That was like you're asking. I wear it as a hat.
Now, all right. Now I'm gonna have to watch that.
Oh my god!
City Slickers.
Lisa Simpson is the girl in the beginning.
Yep.
What is his name? Oh
Phil.
God. No, but what is his name in real life?
Oh, Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. he gets caught. He's like, "You screwed this little whore in my father's store." She goes, "It was, oh my god, I don't
It was
remember
in
what
his
she said."
car.
Yeah,
And
and I'm not a little girl. I'm 20.
20. Oh man, that reminds me of another one that should have been in my honorable mentions. Bushwhacked with Daniel Stern.
It's been a very long time since I've seen that.
Is that the
No.
one that, like, he plays like a president?
No,
No.
Bushwhacked is when he's
Scoutmaster?
a criminal and he
Oh.
like he takes the kids as a scoutmaster so he can try to escape.
Jesus, that was on the other day. I was flipping through the TV and that was on, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is bringing back memory."
No, but
That's an old ass movie.
But City Slickers for me, I mean, I love Daniel Stern and Billy Crystal, but that was another movie that I grew up watching. My dad really liked those movies. My aunt and uncles really liked it, so I saw it a lot. And to this day, there's just something comforting about it. And I
Both of
still
them were
find,
good.
even after all these years, I still find the movie funny. Like there's still really funny parts. I mean, when they're talking about how to record on a VHS, and like he's trying to explain it. Billy Crystal he's like, "What do you mean I don't need a TV?" He's like, no, you need a TV to watch it, but you don't need a TV to record it.
Jesus Christ, dude. I like John Lovitz in the second one.
Yeah,
Glenn, he plays a great.
yeah.
It's you've got three very talented comedians, and they're being played off of each other, and it's great. It is a great movie. You're right.
And that's a key to it, right? Because
Absolutely.
you have three great comedians, but you can have three great comedians in a movie, and the movie be horrible if they don't work well together.
Did you guys see the short they did? I don't know, was it 6-7 years ago now when Westworld was out? They did a Billy Crystal.
I have a kid. Sorry.
They did a Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, City Slickers kind of in joke for Westworld. Oh, it was hilarious. You got to look that up. They did a like City Slickers for Westworld, and they're both like the robots, and I think they end up killing each other or something. Like it was great.
I'll have to go back and check it out.
So,
you got this.
The Great Outdoors.
It's so good. Lips and assholes.
That was I think the first movie where I was able to see Dan Aykroyd and not see Ray Stantz as I was growing up. And I think that was only because of John Candy. That he just separated it and I was able to enjoy the movie and not focus on Dan Aykroyd being it, even though he's fucking hilarious too. But that fucking movie, same thing, like the situations they get into, and there's just so many things that happen in that movie that I can remember daily. Like when they fucking talk about shooting that bear in the head and now it's bald, and then it comes back around towards the end, they shoot that bear in the ass, and you see that bear rutted with the big ass bald spot.
And the raccoons are like, she's bald on both ends now.
No, that like there's when you watch it, and like if you look at the movie on paper, there's no reason this movie should be funny. But the actors, they're the ones who make that movie everything it was. Like when you look at if you just put on paper what the movie is and the things that happen, you're like, all right, yeah, it's okay. But no, Dan Aykroyd and fucking John Candy together in those situations.
But it's not just them. It like all the other characters are great. Like the kids, right?
The way they support it.
So, no, absolutely. No,
the hot dog scene. They're at the cart, and he goes, "Yeah, can I get 2 with mustard, 2 with onions, and 2 plain?" Dad, that's 6 hot dogs. It's for everyone, okay? And I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Like, I think what was it with the one kid when when they're all fighting, they come back and everybody's finding like the little girls disappear, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But like the one boy, the young boy, like tells somebody to piss off or something. Like he says some shit. I don't even remember what the fuck he says. Like he yells at him.
He says it to Uncle Roman. He's yelling at him.
Yeah, like just that bro. That everything in that movie was so fucking funny.
Yeah, no,
When they have the bats in the house and they're fucking trying to catch that goddamn bat, they come out with the fucking like the gear on,
Dan
and like
Aykroyd's
it winds up
fucking
on his
phone.
ass.
He's like, was he standing? Was he out of the shower? He's standing with a towel and he's scratching his ass on the phone.
yeah.
And like his daughters are watching him.
And my kids look at me like I'm a bunch of yard tools.
And he's standing there and scratches his ass and goes, hold on a minute. I'm in God's country. You got to speak up.
Oh no, but I love after the fight. It's like, does this mean we're not gonna get a present from Uncle Roman and Aunt Kate? It's like, oh, blow it out your ass.
That's what it was.
That's oh man, but like they went fishing. They woke up with all the leeches on them and shit. And then like you had like the side story about the kid and the girl, which that I think that was the only part that I was like I didn't give a shit. Like the whole that summer romance, but when
that's what was
there's
good about that movie. It was more real. Like
Yeah.
they made it real.
yeah, no, I can see that, but it's just like it didn't really for like the comedy side. There was like no addition. It was just like almost like a
Filler.
throwaway.
Yeah.
But when like when they go to the steakhouse for dinner, they get the old 96
The old 96er.
I always thought I would get a chance to do that. I always thought I'd get a chance, but they don't offer that anywhere.
Yeah, he down that bit. They're like, oh, that's it. Like, no, he's got to eat the grizzle. That's grizzle.
I like when they're at the bar and Aykroyd and Dan Aykroyd and Candy are going back and forth and they're drinking. And he goes, you'll have to forgive my brother. He has a couple of drinks, becomes an expert on everything. And then there's the one guy walks in.
He's like, is that a shot?
Yeah. Oh, that was a shot. But the guy next to him, I forget his name, but he goes, he's been struck by lightning. He goes, oh,
Reg.
how many times? He goes, 6
times. Man, that's gotta hurt.
666 times.
66 times. The head. 66
And then later in the movie, he's walking along and gets
struck by lightning again.
And that's another one that I feel, and I don't know if it's true, but I feel like he had like I feel like he improv that, like the freak out of like pointing at his head, like that was improv. Like, there's no way that was scripted. Like that was just too genius to be scripted. That was
there's so much like
6 times.
So
like
much. It's like what old man wouldn't like getting a kiss on the cheek, a dead one.
Oh, they all get away from
in the car on the way over here.
And then,
holy shit!
Like when they rent the boat and they're going skiing and John Candy's on the skis getting flung around the fucking the lake and then hits it and goes through with his legs and hits like all the fucking sawgrass, whatever the fuck it was.
Or what about the fact that he spends 3 minutes telling his son, if you get in trouble, drop the rope? Then he's in trouble. He doesn't drop the rope.
But when his son even shouts, he goes, "Dad, drop the rope!" Oh my god, dude! What, the bear dump?
Yep.
He's in the car with him, and he's like, "Hold on, we're gonna get some action." He's like, "It's." I can't help but think about. You never see full candy bars in later movies nowadays. You only saw them back in like 80s movies. I can think of Gremlins, E.T., and this being one of those movies where it's just like, oh, and Goonies, where he takes the candy bar and he goes, Sloth like has it, and he gives it the Chuck. Chuck goes, oh. So stupid, sorry.
Nah, the Great Outdoors is fantastic.
That scene when he goes to feed the bears to try and get more action, they climb up on the car and shit. As a kid, that scene scared me, but made me so cautious of like when we went in South Florida, we had a Lion Country Safari. Where you
oh my god, we just took the kids there.
The fuck were you doing down there?
I can't believe that's still a thing.
Oh yeah.
So we actually very, very, very quickly, we just for Halloween, Christmas, we took the kids on a train to West Palm Beach, and then we drove
Why?
over to the safari lion bullshit or whatever. There was like there was animals all up in your ass driving all the way through this thing. There was like 6 goddamn rhinos.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've been to Lion Country Safari a lot of times. I can tell you there's never been an animal in my ass. That's the first thing. I mean, like,
The kids had a
I
great
don't know what
time.
experience you paid for, but that's not a normal one.
That is such a random ass place to go. But I'm glad you guys went and had fun. But I went there. I remember going there as a kid, and I was always afraid because my dad would always say, "Oh, watch, I'll get the animals to come out." And I always remember the fucking bears crawling on the hood, and he'd always do it during like when we're in the lion section, and he'd scare the shit like. Oh man, Lion Country Safari was dope though. But yeah, oh fucking
But
love
when you
that
and I
movie.
were kids, Lion Country Safari was a hell of a lot different than it was. The lions could actually come up to your car still.
It's
There
all
was
no-
fenced
there's
off
no-
now.
There
Yeah,
was
it's
no
fenced off.
fence the way there is now.
Oh yeah, no, there was no fence. Yeah, no.
Now there's a fence around the lion pen, but there's also a fence between where the cars drive and the lions. When we were kids, that wasn't there. The lions could walk right up.
Well, that's because people now are stupid and will get out of their cars. That's why.
Who knows? Because some moron woman stuck her hand out the car with a piece of chicken, and the lion ripped her arm off.
She's an
Literally
idiot.
just said some dumbass would get it out.
Well,
their
that's why
car.
the monkeys can't get to you either. They're on their own islands now. They can't come out to you.
the monkeys were never on the free run like that. They were always
Yeah,
on their
no, the
own
monkeys were always separated by a moat.
I'll tell you though, it was incredible being like a foot away from the giraffe or being like right next to like, oh my god, I didn't know ostriches
Yeah, ostrich.
were so stupid that they'll forget they're doing something halfway through it, and we saw it. It walked across the way, and it got to like the road, and it was like you could see it in his face go, what am I doing here? And then he was like, oh, never mind, and then he kept walking.
So that's my spirit animal because that's happened to me a lot, especially as an adult.
I don't want to take away from the movie. You just brought it up, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
No. I mean, I'm not sure if there's much else. But that movie's like, oh, such a fucking good movie.
Yeah,
I'm just
No,
glad that you guys also were
That
big fans of that one.
I think that was my dad's favorite because we watched that all the time. I love the scary story he tells. And
he
throws
throws the
freaking
fucking drink.
alcohol in the yeah. But
Damn
like,
near starts a fucking forest fire.
Kid's choking on the popcorn. He's like,
my favorite part though is still at the end though when they have the fight and the mother's trying to explain. She's like, this does not mean that we do not love Uncle Roman and Aunt Kate. It means that we're having feelings. And then John Candy just comes storming back in out of nowhere. What it means is I'd like to blow Uncle Roman and Aunt Kate out my ass. That's what it means. And then the kids all, you know what? You might as well just blow the whole family out your ass while you're at it. And the mom is all, I don't want to hear any more about anyone blowing anything out their ass.
Go find yourself a spin cycle. What? I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
But I think it's the little moments in that movie that I don't think were scripted that make it so good. Like the bear scene that you were talking about with the bear dump, all the comments John Candy is making as he tries to drive away, he's like making all these sarcastic comments, which I guarantee were not in the script. And it's so great. It's so great.
I'd almost agree that the scene where he's like, when they're in the car during the bear dump, and he looks at the kid next to him and he's like, it's late. What do you want to call it a night? And it's almost like, hey, I'm giving you the line.
Yeah.
And the kid goes, oh yeah, I'm really sleepy. We should go. Like you could tell it's kind of like not scripted, and it was cool. It was very good.
Then they're driving away, and the bear's still on top, and John Candy's all, I wish the hell the ranger would come out here, or like whatever it was. He I forget the name of the ranger in the Yogi Bear cartoon, but that's the ranger he's saying needs to come out and get the damn bears.
Ranger Jones or Ranger Smith, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Such a
But it
good
was
fucking
great.
movie.
It was great.
And that's one like Christmas Vacation and such. Like I watched it probably about a couple months ago. It was on TV. And I watched it, and it doesn't get affected by time, right?
No.
Like it's still good today. Like you know, you watch a lot of those movies, even comedies. You're like, oh, it was great, but when you watch it, like it hasn't aged well. Fucking Great Outdoors, it ages fine. Like there's no problem with that movie. Oh,
I think if anything, it's one of those movies. Yeah, it's Ranger Smith, by the way. It's one of those things where I we used to when I was younger. My parents had an RV. We traveled a lot for I felt like 2 years. I don't know. It could have been less, but I remember traveling a lot in the RV.
damn,
What?
Tony, that's a humble brag. You know, we traveled around an RV for 2 years, maybe less, but you know, we traveled.
A lot of things you don't know from my childhood.
Holy crap!
And so we would stay in campgrounds, and so it's kind of funny to watch like the great outdoors and be like, yeah, you would show up to a campground, you make friends with kids, and you'd never see those kids again.
Yep.
You play with them for the time you're there, and then you leave. And it's kind of funny to watch it and be like, yeah, you might go have dinner at some restaurant that you'll never go back to. You know, you might do some stuff in, you know, whatever, in their lake or in their campground, or go to like, you know, whatever event or something that you'll never go back to again. The only thing I can remember as a kid is they had a bike parade for kids. And so kids, you're in a campground. What do you have? You can't go to the store. So kids are decorating their bikes with like tinfoil and shit like that to make it look cool. And then they have like a bike parade. And I don't know. I just remember it was kind of cool when you watch that movie and you watch the things they're doing in the camp area. It feels very homely and cozy, I guess you could say. But funny ass movie.
Yeah,
I think that
definitely,
we should all watch each other's top 3, and then we should talk about it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like, just, you know, because there are a couple that like the ones that Tony mentioned I haven't seen. I've seen most of the ones that you mentioned, Chris. But then neither of you saw the movie Dutch that I was talking about. So the ones that we haven't watched that people mentioned, we should go back and watch, and
I'll have to check that out.
about it.
I'll have to
I'm
check
down.
out Dutch.
I'm not against it.
I'm thinking that maybe, unless we got anything else, we should be wrapping it up.
Yeah, no, that's it. I think we did pretty good. It's a little over the 10 o'clock hour. Psycho, you know, wants to be in bed and ready for Turkey Day.
I think
Yeah,
my
a lot of
girl's
shit
ready
to
for
cook, I
bed.
imagine.
Here, I got to do all the cooking.
As I said, you've got a lot of shit to cook, I imagine.
Yep.
Such a good housewife. So that's cool. Well, I mean, this was good. I had a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing your homework of what you love. Appreciate you.
There's so just to kind of very, very quickly, plug for next Tuesday, for Drinks and Toys, there is a bunch of buzz coming out around Hasbro right now and the CEO, and a lot of shit that doesn't seem really good. So we might have a hell of a lot of content for Tuesday. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I won't be there.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll be on a cruise ship.
the Ginger Day?
Sure
Oh,
will.
your birthday.
Well, my birthday's in August, but yeah,
Okay.
close. But but yeah, no, I'm leaving Saturday, so we're hopping on a ship Saturday, and we'll be back Saturday. So I won't be on Drinks and Toys, and there won't be a Collector's Hideout next week.
Boo!
Wow, we're double dipping on the negative there.
But Psycho, he was thinking about possibly doing like a his own bootlegs of a Collector's Hideout, and doing a couple topics maybe with some Cuban guy and whatnot. So
Yeah,
It's
there
called
might
the
be
Psycho
something
Shakedown.
on that end.
I was telling Chris that I wanted to talk to you about it because I can't run the platform the way that you and Chris do. But since Chris has no interest in talking about Sonic games, I know that Victor, who was on before, and Jose wanted to talk about Sonic, and I could talk about Sonic, and I thought it might be a good show to do. But
We can call it
Chris-
Life with a Psycho.
Chris is not gonna
There
Chris
you
is not
go.
gonna be available. So
Yeah.
All right,
anyway,
yeah,
So he would-
we'll
So he
figure
would
it out.
need you to at least come in and like moderate.
yeah, get you rocking. All right, yeah, I got you.
But yeah, so but I won't be there next week at all for either show. So
All
I'll
right.
be drunk on a ship, on a boat,
Wish you the best. Be safe. Come back.
fucking mermaids
Absolutely.
or something.
Remember, you
whatever
can't
do
collect
on
them
a
all.
cruise ship. Cool. So I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate those who stuck around and were in the chat talking. We had like Corinne, Joe, a few other people hopped in. Gustavo was there, I think I saw, right? Gustavo. So, but cool. I appreciate it, guys, and we will see you. Well, these guys will see you next week, and I'll see you sometime after that. And-
Alrighty.
all right, guys. Later.
No capes. Sorry.